beside the lamp, with squared lines and narrow rows. You write the hours in softer numbers than the day had first demanded. One page holds what came in, one page shows what went. A note in the margin says call tomorrow, another says leave it be. The room is smaller after dark, but easier to understand. Each object keeps its border and asks for nothing extra. Count what mattered and let it rest. Do not chase the missing parts. Count what mattered and let it rest. Set the pen down when it lands. Count what mattered and let it rest. The night can hold the rest. A cup leaves heat beside the wrist, then cools before the page is done. You check the lock and pull the shade in, then sit back in a chair. No triumph waits inside these rows. No failure owns them either. Only the shape of what was carried across another day. When the mind begins to audit with a voice too sharp to keep, I choose a kinder balance and close the book halfway. Count what mattered and let it rest. Do not chase the missing parts. Count what mattered and let it rest. Set the pen down when it lands. Count what mattered and let it rest. The night can hold the rest. The ledger shuts without complaint. The table keeps the peace. Steam climbs over paper-lit shoes, tap once on broken stone. The shop door gives a wooden sigh. Someone laughs beside the shelf. A small receipt curls in my palm. Names of simple things run down. Toast and fruit and one dark cup. Nothing grand is needed now. Begins without a rush. Cars move low beyond the glass. Coats brush past the narrow door. The room keeps time with easy hands. Keep the day in motion. Keep it warm and near. Keep the day in motion. No need for perfect words. Keep the day in motion. We are already here. The slip into my coat like proof of ordinary luck. The barista wipes the silver edge. Sun lands flat across the counter. A child drags a sleeve on wood. A friend is late and still expected. The sugar jar is half turned round. slow beside my hand. The door swings once and closes. There is a pen inside your pocket. There is a towel on your arm. You tie the knot and check the grinder, then lean and test the water heat. Your hair falls back behind one ear. You read the room before the names. A stack of plates waits by the sink. The shift begins in quiet shape. No one asks for anything hard. Still you move with careful care. You make a place for every order and leave no edge too sharp. What you carry stays with you, even when the tray is light. What you carry stays with you through the middle of the day. What you carry stays with you like warmth inside the cloth. You tuck a note beside the bills, a grocery list for after work. One corner smells of orange peel, another keeps a coffee stain. The window throws a square of sun across the laces of your shoes. You smile without announcing it and set a spoon beside the cup. When the line grows a little longer, when two voices cross at once, you never raise the room, you only steady it. What you carry stays with you, even when the tray is light. What you carry stays with you through the middle of the day. What you carry stays with you like warmth inside the cloth. At closing you unroll your hands. The pocket keeps the day. Paperback leans against the cup, its corners soft from waiting rooms. Your finger holds a place halfway through someone else's careful line. The cover bends against your thumb, like it has learned your weather. Is written on the first page, then crossed and written once again. You look up when the bell rings twice, then down as if it means nothing. The chair across from you stays empty, but not in any painful. Leave a page between us. the steam above the rim, the way some people read a sign. A bus goes by and shakes the glass. You mark the place and stretch your back. The spoon rests flat beside the saucer. The clock comes low above the door. The table keeps your open space without asking for a reason. If the hour drifts a little, if the sidewalk fills and clears, I will not rush the story. I will stay inside the turn. Leave a page between us. Leave it where it bends. Leave a page between us. I will know where to return. Leave a page between us, like a patient little thread. The book shuts off beneath your hand. The seat is still for now. There is bread beside the apples. There are flowers by the keys. A paper bag leans to one side inside the wire of the front rack. The chain ticks once at every turn. The tires hum on painted lines. A jacket tied around your waist moves with the corners of the road. You stop outside the little shop to add one jar of honey, and someone waves from under awning like they knew you would pass through. Roll it home slow, do not spill the day. Roll it home slow, let the handles find your hand. Roll it home slow, nothing needs to raise. Your cup still lingers on your tongue. Though you left the table long ago, the change sits warm inside your pocket. The receipt is tucked with gum. A dog looks up from near the curb. A child points at the flowers. You push a foot against the ground, then glide beside the buses. If the hill asks something from you, if the wind turns at the light, you lean and keep the balance. You do not fight the road. Roll it home slow, do not spill the day. Roll it home slow, let the handles find your hands. Roll it home slow, nothing needs to raise. The basket sways and then goes still at the gate back home. Roll it home slow. Roll it home slow. Roll it home slow. You move the sugar to the middle, I turn the cup to face away. The menu lies between our hands, but we already know enough. A napkin keeps your phone in place, my sleeve brushes the edge of wood. The room is full without pressure, and our talk does not need speed. You tell a story from the office, I add a small part from the train. We leave some lines unfinished because the silence helps them land. Save me a chair tonight, even if I run late. Save me a chair tonight, where the room turns kind. Save me a chair tonight, I know the way by heart. The server brings another pot without a word about our pace. We split the toast along the seam and laugh when crumbs escape. Outside, the bikes lean into one another. Inside, the coats share hooks. No one is trying to impress. The air is dropped that need when the week feels overpacked. When every plan has noise, I think about this table and how it makes space. Save me a chair tonight, even if I run late. Save me a chair tonight, where the room turns kind. Save me a chair tonight, I know the way by heart. 2 cups fade to rings on wood, and neither of us move. You carry both cups to the doorway and set them on the painted rail. The yard has not been cut this week, still nothing feels out of place. A shoe is tipped beside the mat, a package waits by the wall. The light above the number buzzes, then settles into steady gold. Someone folds a chair nearby, someone calls a child inside. You lean your shoulder to the frame and breathe like work is done. Nothing falls from this quiet, nothing asks for more. Nothing falls from this quiet than the weight already here. Nothing falls from this quiet, and that is why it stays. The steam gets thinner in the air. A car rolls past without a song. Your neighbor checks the mailbox twice, then laughs at her own habit. A moth circles near the bowl, but never touches glass. You run your thumb around the rim and watch the street grow soft. If tomorrow brings a stack, if the phone lights up again, this rail will still remember how your hand slowed down. Nothing falls from this quiet, nothing asks for more. Nothing falls from this quiet than the weight already here. Nothing falls from this quiet, and that is why it stays. You lift the cups and head inside. The porch keeps one last
A folding map sits by your elbow with corners rubbed to softer gray. The route is marked in pencil lines and cross where plans would change. You smooth it flat beside the plate and trace a road with one finger. Not far away and not too close, just enough to leave and come back. The station names feel like old classmates, some you trust and some you miss. You drink before deciding, as if the cup can help. I can fold my way back from streets I barely know. I can fold my way back with the lines inside my hands. I can fold my way back, one crease at a time. Message blinks and disappears. You do not chase it down. The table keeps your open choices without forcing anyone. Your jacket hangs behind the chair like a second patient shape. The room goes on with other stories and lets you keep your own. When the road looks doubled, when the signs feel late, I trust the paper memory more than the rush outside. I can fold my way back from streets I barely know. I can fold my way back with the lines inside my hands. I can fold my way back, one crease at a time. You press the map beneath your palm, then close it toward your chest.
The line is short and gently spaced. A basket rests against your shin. Mint gum and soap and one ripe pear wait under the yellow light. The cashier scans without hurry. The beep stays soft and evenly timed. A man in work boots checks his list. A girl counts coins with both hands. You watch a sleeve catch on the bag, then help before she asks. She gives a small surprised smile and pulls the paper straight. Small change in the heart, it never makes a scene. Small change in the heart, still it shifts the day. Small change in the heart, enough to feel the turn. The register drawer slides back in. A receipt curls from the slot. You tuck it with the bus pass and step aside for next in line. Outside the carts return in rows. Inside the fruit is being sprayed. Nothing here is dramatic. Still the room feels held. When the week goes practical, when everyone looks down, a little act of noticing can move the weight around. Small change in the heart, it never makes a scene. Small to feel the turn. You lift the bag and head outside. The handle fits just right. White shirts lean against the line. A towel drips above the grass. Two wooden pins between your lips. One basket by your knee. You shake each sleeve before the clip and smooth the collar with your thumb. The sun is there but not in charge. Your hands decide the shape. A radio from another yard leaks through an open kitchen screen. The neighbor coughs then clears a rug. Someone closes a gate. Let the line hold steady even when the cloth turns white. Let the line hold steady through the pull and little lift. Let the line hold steady till the weight feels light. The stain you thought would never leave has faded into nearly none. The blue shirt from the long trip looks softer than before. You pin the final corner down and wipe the basket clean. The work is plain and useful. That is part of why it helps. When the mind gets overfilled, when the weak knots at the chest, I trust these simple motions to loosen what they can. Let the line hold steady even when the cloth turns white. Let the line hold steady through the pull and little lift. Let the line hold steady till the weight feels light. The shirts breathe out above the yard and you stay there a while. The corner booth has cracked red vinyl and one small mark along the seam. You slide inside with your notebook and place your bag beside the wall. The server knows your usual order but waits for you to say it. The cup arrives on thick white ceramics with a handle turned your way. You sit where no one interrupts, yet nothing feels cut off. The room moves in front of you like a patient living frame. Stay until the room turns kind. Stay until the edges soften. Stay until the room turns kind and the chest gives back some space. Stay until the room turns kind, long enough to hear yourself. table near the glass. A student charges up a phone. Two workers split a sandwich, then leave the last bite there. You write one line and cross it out, then write a simpler one. The second line says more because it makes less noise. When the mind wants answers, when the day asks for proof, this booth does not provide them. It only lets me stay until the room turns kind. Stay until the edges soften. Stay until the room turns kind, and the chest gives back some space. Stay until the room turns kind, long enough to hear yourself. The spoon rests cold upon the saucer. Your hand grows warm again. You left with only your light jacket. The clouds move low across the block. At the door she raised a black umbrella and said, "Bring it back next week." The handle curved against your palm, still warm from her fingers. The sidewalk held a dark and shining. Buses wore wet sides. You walked slower than the weather asked, so the drops would miss your shoes. At every curb you tilted slightly to keep the sleeve line dry. Walk me through the weather till the corner turns clear. Walk me through the weather with a borrowed little grace. Walk me through the weather, I will bring it back. A bakery window fogged from trays. You paused to wipe a circle. Inside a child pressed both hands and watched the steam erase. The storm never tried to prove itself. It only crossed the street, and you kept hearing that simple phrase, "Bring it back next week." When care arrives so plainly, without a bigger speech, it stays inside the body longer than the rain. Walk me through the weather till the corner turns clear. Walk me through the weather with a borrowed little grace. Walk me through the weather, I will bring it back. Plates stand up beside the sink, glass catches one clean strip of light. A bowl keeps water on its lip, then lets it slide away. You turn each cup upside down on the towel near the rack. The silverware waits in a jar with handles facing up. The kitchen smells of soap and tea. A sleeve is rolled above your wrist. The radio has gone to static, but you leave it on. Trying in the open air, nothing hidden now. Trying in the open air, the day can finish plain. Trying in the open air and still feel cared for. Wipe the table from the middle out toward the rounded edge. A crumb sticks to your thumb, you flick it to the bin. The window has a faint handprint from someone passing through. You clean around it slowly, as if it should be thanked. When the chest feels crowded, when the thoughts stack deep, I trust a small clean surface to give me back my breath. Trying in the open air, nothing hidden now. Trying in the open air, the day can finish plain. Trying in the open air and still feel cared for. The last glass taps against the rack, then settles into stillness. Your notebook opens near the center, where the wire bends more easily. Some pages hold tight, heavy writing. Some only carry dates. A ticket stub is tucked inside. A list begins then fades away. One margin keeps a phone number without the last two digits. You tap the pen against the cover, then finally choose a line. The first word comes out smaller than what the chest had held. Write me where the margin bends, where the page stops acting new. Write me where the margin bends, and the hand can tell the truth. Write me where the margin bends, not where it looks best. The coffee ring from earlier has dried into a pale brown moon. You place your wrist beside the mark, as if to measure time across the room. A spoon drops once, then nobody makes much of it. You keep your sentence simple, and that is why it lands. When memory turns noisy, when regret takes extra room, I go back to plain language and let the page hold weight. Write me where the margin bends, where the page stops acting new. Write me where the margin bends, and the hand can tell the truth. Write me where the margin bends, not where it looks best. You close the book without a snap. The thought stays with you. stem leans toward the door. You pour just enough around the roots, then lift the tray to catch the drops. A thin cloth wipes the dusty shelf and frees the greener side. The hallway has no grand design, still every step feels changed, because the corner once ignored now asks to be looked at. Green things learn the room by staying through the week. Green things learn the room without any louder plan. Green things learn the room, and so can I. The smallest pot was almost done before you moved it near the light. Now 2 new leaves begin. At the base beside the soil, you turn the stems a little left, so each side gets a share. The work is not exciting, that is why it helps when healing looks too distant, when change feels hard to trust. I watch a plant take hold in the middle of a hole. Green things learn the room by staying through the week. Green things learn the room without any louder plan. Green things learn the room, and so can I. Water darkens all the soil, then slowly settles down. The cups are stacked beside the sink, tall enough to need both hands. Porcelain against porcelain makes the smallest careful sound. You turn each one to fit the curve and find the place it holds. A towel hangs from the oven bar, still damp from earlier use. The room smells faintly of beans and toast gone several hours old. Outside a motor fades away, inside the floor is warm. We stack the hours with the cups, one inside another. We stack the hours with the cups till the shelf looks clear again. We stack the hours with the cups and call that enough. Spoon is left beneath the dish, you catch it before it falls. The counter has a ring of water, you wipe with the side of your hand. Nothing here will change the world, still order has its mercy. The body knows that kind of grace before the mind names it. When the day leaves fragments in corners of the room, I gather them in silence and let the shelf stand true. We stack the hours with the cups, one inside another. shelf looks clear again. We stack the hours with the cups and call that enough. Meets quiet air, the kitchen settles low. Chain gives one small click. A broom waits near the pastry case, crumbs gathered by the leg. The lights over the counter dim, but never all the way. One chair remains upside down, the last one from the back. You count the drawer and tie the bag, then place it by the office wall. The room that held 100 voices now holds your breathing clear. Pull the sign and dim the day, let the doorway keep the rest. Pull the sign and dim the day till your shoulders lose their rise. Pull the sign and dim the day and walk out whole. A rag moves circles on the wood where elbows wore the shine. The milk is stored and labeled, the grinder brushed and still. You take the apron from the hook and fold it in the same old way. Routine is not a burden now, it is the bridge back home. When labor sits too long in the muscles of the neck, I trust these closing gestures to release what daylight kept. Pull the sign and dim the day, let the doorway keep the rest. Pull the sign and dim the day till your shoulders lose their eyes. Pull the sign and dim the day and walk out whole. The key turns twice inside your hand, then slides into your pocket. Thermos warms the side pocket of the bag against your hip. You filled it from the final pot before turning off the lights. The street has fewer voices now, just shoes and distant wheels. A store clerk pulls a shutter down. A where the quiet waits. Your keys are ready in your palm before you reach the stairs. The hallway smells of paper mail and someone cooking rice. Inside the room, a chair stands free. A lamp waits by the shelf. You set the thermos on the table like a small return son. When the world has taken plenty, when the voice grows thin, I keep one drink for later and carry care across. Take the warmth back home. Do not leave it all behind. Take the warmth back home in the bag beside your hand. Take the warmth back home where the quiet waits. A lid unscrews with one soft twist, and steam rises again. The coat hangs from the hallway hook, heavy with the outside air. The scarf slips down one sleeve and nearly touches the floor. You kick your shoes beside the mat, then line them with your foot. The room has not changed since morning, still it greets you differently. A lamp draws one small circle on the wall above the shoes. You stand inside that little light and let your breathing level. Leave the coat where it belongs. Do not wear the day inside. Leave the coat where it belongs, by the door and off the chest. Leave the coat where it belongs for a little while. The pockets hold old receipts, a coin and one bent mint. You set them in the ceramic bowl used for such small things. The kettle takes its patient time. The table waits without demand. No one needs a brighter version of the person who came home. When the mind keeps pacing through the rooms of work, I answer with this doorway and the hook beside it. Leave the coat where it belongs. Do not wear the day inside. Leave the coat where it belongs, by the door and off the chest. Leave the coat where it belongs for a little while. The fabric stills against the wall, and so do you. swings toward the milk. You shift the weight from hand to hand at the corner near your place. The crossing sign counts down in red, but gives you enough time. Someone walks 2 steps behind, with flowers wrapped in newsprint. Someone farther down the block is humming under breath. Carry the bags through the calm, do not make this moment rush. Carry the bags through the calm till the key meets home. Carry the bags through the calm, the night is doing fine. Your arms ache in a useful way, not sharp enough to mind. Fruit knocks softly in the sack as you climb the final stairs. Inside the counter waits for all, the water waits for tea. The work ahead is simple now, unpack and rinse and breathe. When the day reaches its last page, when no answer needs to come, I trust a bag of groceries to tell me I arrived. Carry the bags through the calm, do not make this moment rush. Carry the bags through the calm till the key meets home. Carry the bags through the calm, the night is doing fine. You set the onions in a jar and close the kitchen